record. Thank you. I don't know if everybody could hear that, but if you don't hear recording in progress, evidently I'm not. That's the word. We have Leanne and Carrie and I here, the triumvirate of empowered women sitting right here. We're going to be reading the Metta Sutta today. I'm going to be reading it. We're going to use that Metta Sutta as instruction. Everything that was written as being told by the Buddha in that time was actually understood to be instruction for the practice. It was not some philosophy. It was not an idea. It was, how do I live that right now? How do I live that right now? So I'm going to read some lines, and one of the inquiries will be, how is that embodied right now? And see what adjustments, what shift, what presence you need to bring to make that real, not an idea. It's very easy to read the Metta Sutta, isn't it? And make it philosophical and go, what a great idea. What a great idea. It's not enough. Just like the ideas of offering oneself through volunteering or donation or practice is an offering. It's in fact understood to be the greatest dana. Dana paramita is actually first your own practice. And from that, we embody. And so I've got the sutta here. I'm going to just check in with everybody, including Leanne and Carrie in front of me. I wish I could, maybe I'll have to turn the screen. No, they went, no, don't do. Leanne said the needs of the many outweigh the few. Yeah, so I won't do that. I'm just going to check in before we read the sutta. If you have that available, you might choose to get that, though reading it isn't the point, right? So really letting it resonate, letting it translate, letting it synthesize into the tissue and marrow of you and go, how does that get practiced right now? And then the question for this week is, how does that get practiced right now, all week? How do I practice that right now? How do I do omitting none right now? How do I do don't do anything that the wise would later reprove? How do I live that right now? How do I live short and small and tall and skinny and blonde and long nails? And I just saw somebody the other day with those nails, and the nails like went out to here and they were at like a sharp point. So it looked like the Black Panther. And I went into a immediate kind of judgment thinking, what do I know? About this person or their goodness or their needs or their struggle or suffering? I don't have to like those nails. That's not who that person was any more than something about someone else is them. And look at how automatic for us all, right? And the short and the tall and the thin and the fat and the this and the that. And we all have to stay awake to that reality in us, right? All of us. And there I was, noticing that immediate nails. And so without further ado, then we will prepare to practice. I've got the sutta in my hand. You will be hearing lots of birds, I think, this morning. I don't think that's a bad thing. And so establishing yourself for sitting. And I've had to move around about 3 times so far. I had to get a pillow behind me. I was sinking. I had to keep my shoes on, which I thought I wouldn't, but now I do. I've had to adjust my shawl. This is all fine. This is understood to be setting oneself right. Right inward measure, setting oneself rightly. And then we can simply rest back a little bit once we get ourselves set up. And just feel the space around you and within you. And then we'll make all these micro adjustments. You'll just notice that happening, right? Just a little shift, just a little more attention and breathing. Dropping into the whole of the body as you sit, stand, lie, or walk. That's one of the instructions. Be mindful, invite mindfulness. Whatever posture you take, you are taking your seat. You are taking a stand. You are walking towards or away in every moment. May we offer this practice to all beings everywhere. Breathe that without exception. Nails long or short, omitting none, so that all might be happy, healthy, that all may be peaceful, be well, and have ease. We're just going to rest back for a few moments, taking that beautiful fine attunement of one's own mind body. Let's just rest there for a few, letting the bell sounds, the bird sounds, the voice, opening and joining. See if you can just let that sense of sounds and open space. See if you can just rest back without opinion, without preference. We become borderless, boundaryless, boundless. Right here as we open. Feeling the sense of the body sitting here in this open space with the sounds and breath and sensations and thoughts coming and going. You'll notice cool or warmth sounds to the left, to the right, the rise and the fall of the breath. Placing yourself in that open, spacious, limitless awareness. Let's begin to refine our attention now, breathing into the heart space. Inviting that sense of boundlessness, of open space. See if you can make contact with that felt sense as it relates to your own good heart. Borderless, boundaryless, boundless, and open. See if we can let whatever is happening there, a contraction, a tightness, an ache, a grip, a heaviness, a lightness, a sense of open space, a sense of claustrophobia, it doesn't matter. We're going to see if we can't let that come and go within that boundless open heart. Just like we did with sounds here in this open space. Not more yours. The boundlessness is not in the sensation, it's not in the sound, it's not in the thought, it is in the response. We can greet each object of body mind as it is arising and passing with complete open-heartedness, in complete metta, friendly, connected, kind, benevolent, filled with goodwill. And we must begin like this. We must immerse ourselves in this awakened heart mind of metta before we hope to offer it to another. And so, as I was giving you my example of my judgment with the person with the long nails, the truth is, I had been judging myself for many, many moments before that. I just extended the harm. And in seeing it, we are liberated and can offer kindness there. So when the mind wanders, the very first thing to do is recognize the object of mind, smile, and offer metta. May I have ease. May I be well. May I be free from distraction, affliction, and suffering. May I be filled with loving kindness for myself, for others. And we are once again open. And so let's listen to the instructions now. And remember, we're going to see, how do I live that, be that right now? This is what should be done by one who is skilled in goodness and who knows the path of peace. And so this is an invitation. Pay attention if this is your aspiration. This is the way. Let them be able and upright. Straightforward and gentle in speech. Humble and not conceited. How do we embody that right now? I just noticed a micro shift as I heard those words. My chin just tucked a little more, and I just stepped back a little bit in my seat. Not always so forward, humble and not conceited. Contented and easily satisfied, arriving to this present moment as it is. arriving to yourself as you are, open, receptive, greeting, embracing, smiling. Unburdened with duties and frugal in their ways, unburdened with ideas of past and future, the list of tasks, the things we need to get or that we want. We rest back into the body, into the seat. We don't waste the attention. That's frugal. Peaceful and calm and wise and skillful, attending to just this one breath. Not proud or demanding in nature, not looking for anything else. Let them not do the slightest thing that the wise would later reprove. Be unharming. Wishing in gladness and in safety, may all beings be at ease. In gladness and in safety, with the greatest joy, knowing that this is the greatest gift. May all beings be at ease. This includes you. Whatever living beings there may be, whether they are weak or strong, omitting none. The great or the mighty, medium, short, or small. The seen and the unseen. So this means beyond the sense doors, beyond the who we know, beyond the who we like, beyond the who we think is deserving, including ourselves, those living near and far away, those born and to be born. This is beyond time, beyond the concepts of past, present, and future. May all beings be at ease. Beyond time, beyond place, beyond preference, beyond space, beyond size, beyond color. May all beings be at ease. Let none deceive another or despise any being in any state. That includes ourselves in our despising, or despise any being in any state. Let none through anger or ill will wish harm upon another. That includes our lack of care. That is a certain harm. Lack of care for self, lack of care for other, certain harm. How many times have we said, I don't care? Even as a mother protects with her life her child, her only child, so with a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings. With a boundless heart should one cherish all living beings. Radiating kindness, over the entire world. Beginning here, this moment with this breath and this body, this heart, and this mind. Spreading upwards towards the skies and downwards to the depths, outwards and unbounded, freed from hatred and ill will. Whether standing or walking, seated or lying down, free from drowsiness, from distraction. One should sustain this recollection. This is said to be the sublime abiding. By not holding to fixed views, good, bad, right, wrong, me, you, the pure-hearted one, having clarity of vision, being freed from all sense desire, recognizing that it is not the way, is not born again into suffering. May I be safe. May I be well. May I be free from affliction. May I be peaceful and have ease. And may I be happy. sustaining this recollection. And then expanding it may you be safe. May you be well. May you be free from affliction. May you be peaceful and at ease. And may you be happy. And then extending, continuing and expanding once again. May they be safe, whoever we have placed into the they category, the other. May they be well. And just like me, may they be free from affliction. May they be peaceful and at ease. And just as I wish to be happy, may they be happy. See if we can create space and room and gather all of the theys. And letting that boundless heart move upwards towards the skies and downwards towards the depths, outward, expanded, all around, inclusive. These are the instructions. Let it include the birds and the trees and the ground and the seas and you and me. May we all be safe. May we all be well. May we all be free from affliction. May we all be peaceful and at ease. And may we all be happy, truly happy. Wishing in gladness and in safety. May we all be well and at ease. And may this practice this morning, this beautiful morning, may it contribute. May it be so. Taking a moment and having a sip or a stretch. I'm going to back up this truck here. You guys are climbing right up my nose there. Nobody told me. And so the discussion today is about how do we embody those instructions as and with the essential understanding that it is essentially the critical part in addition to our mindfulness, our recognition, and our wisdom, the other wing of the bird, as they say, that which takes us to nirvana, that's that which frees us from the cycle of suffering, is loving kindness and compassion. And as I have said, I have frequently minimized its importance, both in my own life and in the practice. Less and less, thank goodness. So I'm just going to let Leanne and Carrie see what they think sitting here.
All right, I'll come on and say something.
Let me move.
So
I'm gonna turn this.
how's that?
I bet we can see you.
Can you hear me? Dennis can hear me. Okay. I think the most difficult part for me is the person who you have judgment against, who's being hateful. And I'm thinking of particularly the patient in the hospital who's been there for 6-8 weeks or something like that. And he's miserable. I get it. But he also is miserable to everybody else and uses horrible language to nurses, doctors, anybody that walks by his room is yelling at him. So it was my daily practice to, when I'm by his room, to send Metta to him, because I feel like he was the one that was suffering, even though all of us were suffering because of his actions. But yeah, and he left on Thursday. He left to go to some horrible nursing home in Spring Valley, and I almost felt sad that he was leaving, because we were always taking such good care of him. And I'm feeling that he's not going to be well taken care of now. Yeah, it's a daily minute by minute, breath by breath practice. And it's a struggle. And it's not easy.
And, for me, what I have been working a lot on, because I have not understood this as much as I do now, and hopefully will more, is how we have to extend that metta really essentially to ourselves, and how to do it when we see our own judgments and we see our own we feel the contraction, and we think the hateful, disregarding, shut up and go away, get out of my thoughts, and how to really offer it to ourselves, because just like that man, his suffering, it is true, doesn't it? For all of us, it spreads. It's always true. It's always going to extend and expand, just like our kindness. And how to remember that this is the opportunity to let the buck stop here. I don't have to propagate this one more breath. That hatred, that ill will, or this one, it's all the same, and comes from all the same places with all the same causes and conditions, doesn't have to get furthered one more breath. Just right here, that's so inspiring for me. I don't have to propagate that. I don't, and even when I do it and recognize it, I don't have to propagate that. I can go, but then I saw the judgment about the long nails and what that means, right? And could go, no, this is not who that person is. Just like we are not our nails, we are not our aggression. We are not our suffering. We are not our mistake. We are not, it's really just, and how do we respond? This is the whole point of this teaching. How do we respond then? And we all have a lot of if onlys, don't we? If only they'd just then I could love them. If only they'd say it right. If only they didn't have that smirk. If only they were less hateful. If only, right? And there is no other condition, is there? There's just this moment, this breath, and this opening. And however horrible you thought it was, however horrible you think you are, there is no benefit, truly no benefit. We mistake this often, however, don't we, as, well, I'm not going to let that go on like that. I'm not going to, I just had a conversation with someone yesterday who went, but it is the wrong thing. And I'm like, absolutely. It was completely unskillful. It did not regard self or other. And how is your rage going to help? How are you going to help with that rage? And in fact, it is guaranteed, promise you, no matter what you think you stopped in the moment, it's guaranteed to propagate it. You have just provided the petri dish for furthering ill will, for furthering hatred, for furthering aggression with your own. And there is no other reality. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Even the rageful Buddha and all of the stories about the rageful Buddha was done, in fact, out of loving kindness. It was done to protect you. It was done to save. It was done to prevent harm, not to further it. And so it doesn't mean we don't take swift, fierce actions. Does not mean that. It means we take it with all the loving kindness, with all the care, with all the compassion in our heart, minds, and bodies. That's the difference. So be careful how we can rationalize our own hatred, our own judgment, politically, our neighbor, who, is a nice example for me of how to take right action and not be hostile and not be aggressive. She was ill. She's ill. How do we care for her? And also make sure that everyone is safe. That was a big practice. It is for all of us. I want to hear from you guys about this because I know we all confront this. Let me see what we're saying here on you're so welcome, Robin. Yes, that is a beautiful example, isn't it, from Carrie? Because what's Carrie's work? Carrie's work is about offering care. And still, what happens? We confront challenging patients, challenging children, challenging partners, people not doing the thing we think like or would hope they do, and challenging selves, right? Because we're not always acting, thinking, and doing from that place either. And that's the metta practice. That's the metta practice. It is big enough. This is its boundless capacity to hold us all in our skillfulness and our unskillfulness, in our wisdom and in our complete stupidity, in our greed, in our hatred. Metta is large enough, and we have to cultivate that response. I will stop the furthering of this harm right here. And we begin how? Very simply in the phrases. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy.
I was thinking about the cliff of freak out and then metta, like that you can, and I think it has to do with a response versus reaction, I guess, and slowing everything down, slowing my thoughts, slowing my emotions, slowing my actions. And I think that that's what allows me sometimes to, I guess, not fall off the freaking cliff.
Yeah, not fall
Not
over the
saying I
precipice.
don't, right? So
That's right.
I've been on this blended family journey for a long time, and recently just decided that I wasn't going to have any boundaries. And for my youngest son's birthday, had everybody, dad, grandma, ex, my current wife over, and I thought it went well. And then my current wife said, "This is fucked. I'm out of here. This sucked." And that was yesterday, and it was really like she really meant it. And I was like, "Wow, okay, this is where am I going to go with this? And I have my boys in the house. But I think the Metta, and I keep it right next to my desk. I read it, I read parts of it and try to, and I think it really helped me to get to today, really. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen, but I think this morning I just walked out and said, I love you. I care about you. I want to help you get what you need.
Yeah.
And I meant it. And I think, I don't know, but I think Metta has really, but it's always that cliff of like freak out, and I'm going to freak out again. I'm sure I will, but I don't know. It's just been a practice, but I think Carrie, you said it, it is hard. It's a struggle, right?
Yeah.
That person in your face, that patient, or, I've worked with a lot of kids and I've had them spit in my face and I've had them yell, fuck you. And you keep loving, you keep there, but it's hard. It's hard because your ego creeps up and not really sure what to do with it. So.
And the brainstem is the brainstem, right?
Yeah.
And so if somebody's going to slap you, the impulse is right there.
It's really slap
It really,
hard.
isn't it? And I've done it, so I know, right? If somebody's making an aggressive action or perceived aggression, now really, what is it? It's suffering. It's pain. It is.
Yeah, I think you dig deep and you go, where am I going to find that love?
Yes.
Where am I going to find that kindness? Where is it?
Yes. So let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Maybe in that very moment, the best you can do, and I've been practicing this with some success, is get your own hand on your own heart and just say, no, I'm not going to propagate that. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to freak out later. If she is leaving, this is like the end of my, right? And you don't know anything, like I don't know anything. I just know right now, vibrating distress, right? Which is the petri dish for all harm. By the way, I think you get to vibrate. I do. This pain is this pain.
Right. I think you have to feel that.
Yeah.
Right. And
Little, right,
where's
right
the
through.
Metta?
That's right.
Where's the space that you're going to open up?
In the holding it.
Yeah.
In the holding it. So if you don't know what to do, can you allow your experience? Because the shake is the shake, the distress is the I don't think we get over that. That's spiritual bypassing. It never works. Trust me. It just shows itself later in horrible, painful ways. What can we do? However, we can. Wait a minute. Let me get a hold of this. And in the couples work that I'm doing now, I'm asking people to stop and just, right? Let me get right to my own heart.
No, it's like, wait a minute.
Right?
Wait a
I'm
minute.
pained here. I'm at the precipice. I can't even talk. I can't even look at you because I can't do that without darts or, right? If we can remember where that comes from, right, for ourselves. So let's talk, right? Where does all of our aggression come from? Every single second of it. Where does it come from? It comes from what? What in us? Fear and pain. And we aren't getting around it. We're not getting around it, are we? So what do? How do I hold me? I am going to vibrate. My eyes are going to bulge out of my head. My fangs are good, but I don't have to act. I can actually, wait a minute, get back here, breathe here, step back, literally take a physical step back, soften the body. These are beautiful, beautiful practices. Now, of course, who does this when they're being chased by a tiger? Who does this? Nobody. So when you think you're being chased by the tiger, you're sure it's a tiger. You're sure it's going to kill you. For sure, it's going to cause you pain. The very last thing you're thinking is soften, soften, soften. And in fact, it's still the right thing. Why? Even with the tiger example, I'll give you an example of this. I was in Alaska, got off a train to Denali, beautiful. The guide said, don't walk into the field. Diana, being who she is, immediately walked into the field because it was so beautiful and eagles were flying. And there, somewhere, I hear a little sound, cute sound. What do I see? A cute cub. very cute cub coming towards me. Cute cub. What about that cute cub? It has a very large, mad, mean mother, that cute cub. And now everybody's standing on the above on the track. I'm down in the field going, uh-oh, this isn't good. And they start screaming, get big, get big. This is the action when you see a bear. I'm thinking the last thing I'm going to do is get big with that cub right here between me and her. Not getting big. What do I do? Now, this is true wisdom. True wisdom. I don't know where I got it, by the way. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not claiming it. I start singing happy birthday because I don't know what else to do. I soften my body and voice and start going, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Get big, get big. No. Happy birthday, dear. Blah, blah, blah. The cub gets called, clearly. And that, right, is the end of the story.
Thank goodness it was the mom's birthday.
Thank goodness it was the mom's birthday. Thank goodness I remembered it was the mom's birthday and that cub's birthday, because getting big did not seem like, now, by the way, again, don't know, survival. I'm not taking claim. And how to be fully present so that we can do the most skillful thing. Right, how to do that. I see Leslie on that. Leslie, maybe you have something to
Hi.
offer. Hi.
Hey, not on that particular subject, but I wanted to maybe share that what I've been working on this week was the word satisfaction in the sutta. You know, I think it's easily satisfied or something.
Yes.
And I saw, because I saw that that's not how I am about certain things, that there are certain things that I'm not easily satisfied with, and how not only does that cause me suffering, but it causes other people so much suffering.
That's right.
When I'm, especially if I'm not satisfied about something that someone has done and I just feel a little put off, or I take my love back a little bit, not intentionally, but I could see, oh, I wanted that, but I'm getting this. You know, it's
Yes.
something small. It doesn't seem like, it's not like what Carrie and Leanne is. Those are bigger situations from the outside. But this is internal, and I could see that that it's a thread that's run through my life. I could see that.
Mhm. I like this focus, because this easily satisfied means acceptance, doesn't it? That we accept both intention, maybe more than the result.
It's
Right,
that I've
maybe
had
mo-
some. I'm sorry. It's
sorry.
just as if I've had some sort of unintentional agenda, or an agenda that I
Yes.
didn't realize that I had.
That we don't
Unconscious,
even know
rather.
we're bringing in.
Unconscious, exactly. I didn't realize that. I thought that I think I need this from somebody. You know, I want that from someone, and when I don't get it, I have some kind of a pullback. I mean,
A contraction.
I
Yeah.
have a I pull, but I'm actually pulling back, but thinking I'm pulling back, and then I don't feel good that someone else is then pulling back. You know, I
That's
mean,
right.
I've caused that cycle, and
Yes.
and I'm not aware of that. And then I'm saying, why is that person pulling back? You know,
Mhm.
at the same time as I'm saying, you know, I don't even want to be in this right now. You know,
Right.
so I you know, but I'm causing all of that because of my thinking something should be a certain way, and I don't even
Yes.
realize it, or I want love to look like this, and then if it's not, then I
Yes.
feel, well, then maybe it's not the right love, or you know, something like that.
Maybe it's not the right love. Yeah,
Right.
like, you know, there's how many versions we think there are of this, right? It should look like this, feel like this. It should be said like this, right?
Right.
Yes, the practice of metta is creating the field within oneself that we dissolve our own barriers.
Right.
We create that still and silent field that holds it for us all. Our own wanting, needing, preferencing, liking it a certain way, believing we deserve it a certain way, as well as the other in their limitation, in their going, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not sure I've got what it takes to be loving in this situation. Maybe it is right to step back then, to go, you know what? I don't want to do harm here. I don't
Right.
have what it takes. I was just talking with two daughters who are telling me they are not going to be able to care for their parent, right? They were very loving, very kind, going, we don't have it. We're full-time workers. How do we do this? Who can afford to be home with mom? Mom's now aggressive, right? They can't leave her there. That's loving, right? And also acknowledging that they're not going to be the solution. Now, mom, of course, doing what? Having all of her preferences about that. Understood, right? Mom doesn't have to be different either. Of course she does. Wants her daughters to be the ones who can care for her, right? As the daughters wish they had a life circumstance where that would be possible. And guess what? It isn't. It's not right for any infinite, by the way. It's not just finances, any infinite number of reasons, and their own hatred, their own self-recrimination, right? And the mom feeding that. The mom's feeding it, not because that's what she wants to do, but she's saying, you are bad daughters. You are terrible. You should have done what I've done for you that you're now not going to do. This was the deal, right? I would care for you and you would care for me. And they're just absorbing because of their own self-loathing. Saying, no, wait a minute, you can't control what she says, but you can do something about your knowing what's really true for you and resting in metta with your own limitations, right? Their own limitations. It's okay, right? This is true. They aren't going to be able to do this, right? Maybe Jen not capable. Maybe right? Like, I'm not going to be the one. I remember having this discussion with my brother because I got a little hard on him when my father was here, saying, you know, you don't call very much at all, hardly. And he said, I can't because I can't bear the idea of losing the other male that I have loved this much. I can't. And I went, okay, I get it. Okay, I understand. It isn't out of your own hatred. It isn't out of your own disregard. It is because I can't continue in the ways I need to, even for others, and feel this, be with this. And could I accept that limitation? And the answer was yes. Once I understood what it really was, right? Then yeah, we can
What a
open.
great gift too for your brother. You know, I feel like my word. You know, I'm just saying that.
Yes.
That's a really great gift.
Isn't it, to go, this limitation is a part of all of us anyway. We're all limited in the way we're limited. I'm either limited because I want you to do it a different way, or you're limited because you can't. Right? And can we hold each other with some kindness in that humanness? Right? And how to remember this. And well, the repetition of the phrases, it says, will open us because we practice in the shallow waters, don't we? We practice in the quiet moment to go, let me repeat them here when I can, so that when I'm out there in the trench, the possibility grows larger, and it does and will. And isn't everybody noticing that? I am. I'm noticing. I still also notice when I'm not doing it, but this is a part of the training. isn't it also to hold myself when I go, wow, just blew that. Just blew it, just did another snarky comment right back. And that's, can I hold myself in that limitation for that moment? Thank you. This is the
That-
important work.
So that's what I meant by easily satisfied, to develop that place that no matter what's going on, oh, even in this situation, I can be easily satisfied. It seems like it's a lot. It seems so like nothing. And then it became to be so much for me. Even that little, just being satisfied in the moment with anything that's happening.
That's
So
right.
more
No
than
resistance.
accepting, it's satisfied. It's
Yes.
satisfied, not just accepting. It's actually
Yes.
feeling satisfied,
Yes. Yeah, it's big, isn't it?
Anyway, thank you.
You're so welcome,
you.
Leslie. It is big. I think that's what we've all figured out in this month of Metta, how big it is. Really, really how big it is. Carrie, I'm going to check chat and see if there's anything going on there. Dennis wrote something. I love to put my hand on my heart and let their hand on my heart. I would say that will often not be the case. And how lovely when there's a moment where that can happen. But I don't want us to, staying with Leslie's easily satisfied. Can we be okay with the person who doesn't put their hand on our heart? Who doesn't go, wow, that was so fabulous? Who doesn't go, you're terrific? I see the love in your eyes, right? Can we really bring Metta to the person who's doing everything but putting their hand on our heart, and including ourselves when we can't get our own hand right on our heart? So I love when those moments occur. I don't think they're as common as we have hope, wish, or expectation that they occur. And I think that can then become problematic because, well, I did it for you. This is one of my old Metta dilemmas, folks, is I would go, well, I just did it for you. What are you doing? You're not doing it back. At least throw a Metta line back at me. Least you could do. That's not Metta. Actually, that's not Metta. Metta doesn't require anybody else to do anything. Actually, it holds that easily satisfied life as it is this moment. It's in its perfection, says the Dzogchen tradition. In its perfection, right? That partner in the snark, in its perfection, as a beautiful opportunity and conditions for which we can respond. Review the food giving drive. Yes, thank you for that instruction. Review the food giving drive. Yes, I will. So there's the thoughts about that. Carrie is at 1092 Aloha. That is off of Santa Fe East, just past San Diego Academy. You will make a left turn onto Aloha. And I think it's a little tricky to see the street sign. Not from there. Okay, not from Santa Fe, Carrie says. So it's like a couple streets past San Diego Academy. Carrie has a tub out by her garage. Purple tub. Thank you. And you can place the things there. We will need them there by Wednesday noon. We need them there by Wednesday noon. Before then.
Because I have to go to work. So I'm loading my car on Tuesday night.
Okay, back that up. Carrie is loading her car on Tuesday because she's got to get it there Wednesday before work to St. Andrews. So you need to get your stuff there by Tuesday night, not Wednesday. So everybody, hopefully you heard that. If you need somebody to buy some things, either go to EMC, Venmo me, say food pantry. I will go to Dollar Tree and other places to get these items. I'm getting mostly protein because there's so much out there that's loaded.
Like what protein are you gonna get?
I get chili
Oh, okay.
with beans and tuna and chicken and chicken. Some people will eat Spam. They even have Spam, Samoan delicacy.
Your one meals for today.
Yeah.
No, no,
I happen to love macaroni and Spam in Hawaii.
Spam lover.
Spam lover.
Didn't see that coming.
No, you did not. I still love that. In Hawaii,
Wow.
they're laughing now about how they even fry it in butter beforehand. So that's where it's got to go. It will be going to St. Andrew's Food Pantry. You don't need to work on that. You just need to get it to us. If you want Greg's address because you live in Carlsbad and getting off of Leucadia is closer, let one of us know. We will help you get to him. Okay, so Metta practice made real. I am now asking in addition for up to a 3-page article. I'll be bringing the first. It will go out tomorrow. We will be now doing on Tuesday review discussion of that particular piece. We're going to do that for the rest of the summer. That was Leslie's suggestion. I love the idea. If you have something you're reading that you're reviewing that's meaningful to you, please send it to me. It could be a poem, an article, whatever. And I'll pick something and then maybe we can talk about it together on Tuesday. And I'll be putting out the first tomorrow. So you will all be getting that. I have all of your emails. Okay, anything else? Thank you so much for the reminders. Anything else before we sign off? Carrie, do you see anything? Okay, folks, thank you very, very much. Thank you for your metta, your kindness. Let's take just a moment together and gather ourselves for this big metta work called the rest of the day. And as Leanne says, we're all on that precipice there. One moment, one breath away from complete presence right here now. And inviting ourselves back again and again with that boundless heart of metta. May we offer the benefits, the blessings, the merits, all the good of this practice today and all practice throughout all time, all directions, all conditions, all peoples. May we gather it up here in a big pile of metta and offer it wherever it is needed. May we offer it to ourselves, to our friends, to loved ones, to those who are snarky, to those who are fearful, to those who are pained and alone. May we recognize both our aggression and ill will and that of another's as simply our fear and pain made manifest. May we treat each as our only child, our precious child, and offer them the care, the attention, the love they need to heal. May we all be safe. May we all be well. May we all be free from inner and outer harm. May we all be peaceful and at ease. And may we all be happy. May we begin and continue again and again. So be it.
Nice to see you, ladies.
Thank you all so much. I'll look forward to seeing you all soon. There was something else I meant to tell you, oh, we will not be doing outdoor Saturdays until, I forgot if we picked the 1st or the 4th. The 1st of each month, we're going to do it. It's just so much easier for everybody. I'm doing it in here. If you want to come join me, feel free. You always get to, but we're not going to be setting up stuff. It's just hard for folks to get here. And this is so convenient. So we'll do it this way for now. If you have another thought about it, let me know. Everyone be well. See you all.